Alright, the second live stream going over the Age of Triumph has completed. Let's go over what was revealed, and at the end I'll give a little bit of my impressions. Starting off, the speaker has a quest at the start of Age of Triumph called Destroy the Darkness. The first step is to complete the story missions in the weekly featured playlist. There are about 12 different steps to this quest. These will vary from completing patrols to weekly heroics to nightfalls. We don't know exactly what the quest contains or what the end reward will be, but all of it starts at the speaker, and it's probably the first thing that you should pick up when you log in for the Age of Triumph. Next up, for Eververse, there is a new thing called Treasures of the Ages. These will contain everything that the live team has ever released in the Eververse. Emblems, armor, emotes, ghosts, ships, sparrows, literally everything that's ever been sold. So there's also going to be new armor available as a possible reward, but that's going to be shown next week. There will be new shaders, ships, and ornaments, specifically ornaments for Suros Regime, Vex Mythoclast, Touch of Malice, Necrochasm, No Land Beyond, and Lord of Wolves. The silver kiosk has also been updated. There are 5 separate pages now. 5. Engrams for armor are available for various factions, and I'm not too happy about that. More on that later. Other ornaments that have been previously available, sparrow ships, shaders, emotes, almost everything that has ever been available in the Eververse store will just be purchasable now for silver dust. For changes to Shaxx, he has 2 available weekly bounties. Both are for 6v6 game mode types. He will sell engrams for silver dust as well, just like the silver dust store. In addition to the weekly raids, there is also a weekly challenge of elders. It will reward a legendary engram and legendary marks for the first 3 completions. Other rewards are very generous, as so we've been told. The older version is also still available in the Reef. Moving on to the Nightfall, it is still a 380 activity. The new modifier that is coming in, and kind of the namesake of this stream, is called Daybreak. It takes in all of the epic modifiers for us players. It will increase our grenade, melee, super regen, think mayhem for PvP, but now it's in PvE. Enemies have not been increased in any difficulty either. The Daybreak modifier will show up about once per month. However, for the first 6 weeks of this patch, Daybreak will show up in every Nightfall modifier. Rainbow burns are also going to be a possibility, meaning multiple or every burn type can show up in the modifiers. The Nightfall rewards overall will remain as they are for now, except Blue Flames are coming back. You will get these for completing the Nightfall, as well as the old benefits, which were increased XP and rep boosts from having those blue flames on your head. The Siva Crisis Heroics are still level 350, and they will reward legendary marks 3 times per week as they currently do, and 1 Treasure of the Ages. No other real changes there. The daily story mission has been removed in favor of the weekly story playlist. It will contain modifiers similar to Heroic Strikes. It rewards 20 legendary marks 5 times per week, and a Treasure of the Ages. This will rotate from original Destiny 1 missions on Mars and Venus, Earth and Moon, or all House of Wolves missions, etc. There's going to be a lot of stuff available in this little playlist here. Also, it will contain modifiers similar to Heroic Strikes, or Queen's Wrath event, whichever you prefer to call it. The weekly PvP node will contain a 6v6 game mode, and the Shaxx quest will coincide with that particular game mode. It will reward legendary marks as it currently does, and 1 Treasure of the Ages box per week. No other real overall changes to this. And that about goes over all of the changes that came in the weekly playlist stream. First impressions, well, I'm definitely happy to see some of these things returning. People are going crazy about the blue flames on Twitter from the Nightfall. If you want to grind reputation at all, the Nightfall should be the very first thing you do every week, whether you are a PvP or PvE player. Also, having the daily story mission removed in favor of a more random playlist is awesome, especially when that playlist will have modifiers similar to the old Queen's Wrath event. There are quite a few sources for the new Treasures of the Ages as well, being the weekly story playlist, the Siva Heroics, and then the weekly PvP playlists. That means 3 current loot boxes every week compared to the 2 that we have now. Legendary marks also seem like they will be an abundant resource now more than they have ever been. All of these playlists are rewarding tons of them. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed in seeing is the armor for Silver Dust. I know the armor itself will probably only be light level 3, so you'll still have to infuse it up. But at this stage, you're pretty much just buying armor for real money. And it is at the end stage of the game, so, who really cares? But I kind of do. I don't like the precedent that it sets. However, I am happy to see how abundant the treasures of the ages will be for free, just from the weekly playlist. There will be lots of silver dust available for players even without paying for it. So you will be able to make use of the silver dust store and get some of the things that you may have missed out over the course of the Eververse store's life, be it ornaments or sparrows or whatever you need. The only other thing I wish we could have seen more of was the Daybreak modifier. It was kind of hyped up to be its own playlist, this really cool new thing, when in reality it's a modifier that comes and goes on the Nightfall strike. It does look fun as hell, and depending on the strike and other modifiers available, it should make for a very fun time. However, man, it would have been sweet to really see that in its own playlist. I mean, I guess they just wanted it to be a special thing and not make the Nightfalls a constant easy mode, but, I can see where they're going with it. Still, I want to see it as its own thing. Anyway, that does it for the video. I hope you all found the information here helpful, and let me know what you think about this live stream in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.